Hello.
What's up, everybody? It's Erin
and Nicole. This is Dude That's Fucked Up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. We're very excited for today, and we are feeling very silly. It's so dumb. Also, yeah, I'm just like in such a weird mood. I think because of like the oral research I did on one segment of what we're going to talk about, which was listening to a lot of music my mom used to listen to. And it was putting me back in the car, like road tripping to Santa Fe, listening to one CD where you're just like falling asleep in and out of like consciousness, like to like your parents' music. Do you know what I mean? And then you're like, fuck, we're still listening to this, like when you wake up and you're like, we're not even close to being there.
You're like, oh, I thought I was sleeping for an hour, but I think I was only sleeping for 3 minutes.
Yeah, this song's 3 minutes. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Dear Lord. Oh my god. Well, welcome everybody.
Oh my god.
Great. Oh my god.
Sorry.
I hope everybody's doing good. God, it's just such a dumb episode.
Yeah.
But before we talk about it, what's going on?
I don't know. I don't think we have any business.
No.
As of now.
I don't think
today,
so.
right now. No. Yeah, we're good. I think I will say, share us with a friend. I think, yeah, I think that would be really nice. You know, we've had some people join the secret Facebook group, and they hear about it from like their friends. A few people have said.
Lots of word of mouth situations.
Words of mouths. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Words
coming out of mouths.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone was like, I haven't listened yet, but my best friend said I need to join this group. And I was like, you know what? You're in. That's close enough for me. Yeah.
That's good.
They are in the group. I can confirm. So like the friend. So I was like, okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just thinking about how I haven't been on Facebook in a long time. Like a really long time. So sorry that I'm like not engaged on there, but I am engaged on our Discord, which is part of our Patreon.
Yes.
And you can join our Patreon and get access to that. It's really fun. Patreon, you know, not for everybody, but I will say the Discord is like a little like fun message board thing. If you don't know what Discord is, it's super cool. And
yeah,
it's just like
Reddit subreddits or whatever, you know, like
or Slack if you're
Slack. Yeah.
If you know what Slack is.
It's a big text chain.
At work. Yeah, it's like a big text chain.
Yeah.
And we have different channels where we talk about different topics. So it's just really fun.
It's very fun. Yeah. The Facebook group kind of runs itself, you know, like people are sharing shit in there and it's very on brand. And I don't know why I'm always so surprised. It's like we have created this thing with our sensibilities and then we put it into the world. And then obviously people who like it are going to share those sensibilities. And then, and then I don't know why I'm surprised that when I go into the Facebook group or like someone shares something with us on like in a DM or like on Discord, I'm like that it hits so hard for me. I'm like always like, like
there are people.
I know, but it's just still so wild to me, like that little feedback loop. And I will say sometimes I think I share stuff that doesn't hit very well, but you know, I think we're different people in our memes and GIFs and videos and things we like. And sometimes I'm like sincere. Like I shared a Miley Cyrus performance. I don't know, but you know, you're just like, I don't know. I'm like in there with my friends, you know, and I'm oh, this is so good. And then maybe people don't like it. And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
This feels weird, but it's fine. Everyone has different preferences. Yeah.
Everybody has their jam, but for the most part, it's all our people.
It's our people. Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah,
so that's like some things you could do, some action items. If you've been listening for a while, maybe go and shoot us a 5-star review wherever you listen.
Yeah.
You don't have to write a whole fucking review. You could just do 5 stars and be like, I love you or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you're cool, or whatever you want to say. Type butthole. Yeah, I don't know.
No, actually, they probably won't let you say that, probably, but
yeah, maybe not. Maybe they let you post an emoji. I don't know. See what works. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Also, I just want to say, like, Nicole has been on her personal social media accounts, has been posting some top tier content.
Oh, thank you.
It's been very funny. She's on TikTok and Instagram, and it's been very funny.
Yeah, thank you. I gave myself a personal. Well, I was doing it with a friend, and she bailed on me yesterday, but it's okay because I was like, you don't have to apologize. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you don't have to apologize to me. First of all, you already served your purpose, because like I just was really scared and didn't want to do this thing, and you started it with me. So even just doing the first day, great. Thank you. And I love you. And also, like, she's busy doing other shit. She does a ton of stand up and stuff. So, whatever. But I'm doing a TikTok a day.
Yeah.
And I will say, today I posted one. It was about tarot.
It was good.
Thank you. And then Ginny, longtime listener, not first time caller, friend of the pod, longtime friend of the pod.
Longtime friend of the pod.
Ginny was like, hey, can you pull me a card? And or whatever. They left a comment, like, And so I was like, oh, yeah, like, let me do that. And so then I made a second TikTok today, which took so long. It really, I'm hoping I get way faster at it. You know what I mean?
It's hard. TikTok's hard, man.
I know. But yeah. So communicate with me on there. I'll make something for you. Or I'll just like comment or like your comment or whatever. Like, it feels good and I like it.
Give her all of the dopamine.
Yeah. Give me all the validation. Although I am working on, especially in my morning journaling, not tying my self-worth to this garbage.
That's right.
Because look, the algorithms, we don't know what's going on. Fuck. Like, so much of it doesn't mean anything. And so I'm just trying not to get too upset, and remember that even when I'm making these videos, and even if it's just for me, if I think it's funny and if I learned something from it, like how to do it better or like how to edit better or whatever, great, I got something out of it.
It has value.
It has value. And
your value is not, your personal value is not tied to that. It's a separate thing. So.
Yeah. So just have to remind myself on the daily in my morning journal.
You should tie your value to how much I love you.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Yes, I'll do that. I'll do that instead.
But it's true. I love you. I still have a Christmas present for you, by the way, that I need to give you.
I know. I haven't seen you. Yeah.
I know. It's been stupid. We need to hang out.
I know.
Well, we've just been busy.
Things are busy. I was going to say. It's like the holidays are so busy, and then now, I don't know. Like,
you've been traveling. I was traveling.
Yes.
So
I'm traveling again. Then you're traveling again. So it's just like, oh my God, life.
Life is crazy right now.
Yeah. That's why it's great that we have these weekly dates where we get to hang out and talk about weird shit.
And just really slow it down.
And it's like taking a metaphorical walk in a field of gold.
Sorry. That's a different song. That'll make sense in a little bit.
Yeah. Walk in fields of gold.
Oh my God.
Is that it? Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so. As I walked in fields of gold.
Okay, if there's any singer I hate more than Billy Joel, it's got to be Sting.
Oh.
No, I don't hate. I'm like indifferent about Sting.
Okay, there's some Sting songs. Okay. Yeah. First of all, people hate the Police, not the band, people have very strong feelings.
I hate both.
No, yeah. You can hate both. I only hate one, and it's not the band. The band, people have strong feelings about the Police, the band, and that upsets me because I really like their sound. It's like very fun and like surfery or something, or like I don't know. It's like a very interesting vibe.
Oh, a culture vulture like mishmash, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
it's cool. Absolutely. They had a sound, didn't they? It's very 80s. It's like it is of the moment that it was in, you know.
Yeah.
And then Sting kind of like, you know, broke off from them and went
his solo career, yeah.
Which he still is.
Yeah, he's still doing it. I mean, okay, so
he had some bops.
Some. Okay, sure.
Stranger in New York. I'm an alien. Do you know that song?
Okay, alien.
I like that song.
Of course you do. It's like Billy Joel adjacent. It is.
I do not like Billy Joel. I only like some.
I'm just saying. See?
Okay. Yeah, no. I like more Billy Joel than you do, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it would it would stand to reason that I do like more Sting than you.
Yeah, okay.
It's my mom's fault.
I know. I'm trying to think if there's anybody like truly heinous that my parents liked that is like so terrible to me. I don't know.
Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
I feel like your parents have an interesting taste in some rock music that I go.
My parents are extremely eclectic. Yeah. I have my mom to thank for like having a great taste in like R&B and soul and like, you know, like funk music, and my dad to thank for like classic rock and you know, like that kind of vibe. But yeah, I don't know. And like random, like my dad like loves like Cajun music and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
But
yeah. I remember seeing your parents at Lisa and the Zydeco or whatever at a
the Zydecats.
The Zydecats. Yeah, I remember seeing them when I was there with my mom and my dad.
Yeah, but we're talking about Sting because he's a big part of the main topic of what we're talking about today. Well,
he's a big part in terms of like a very short window of time in the 90s, but like that was our formative years. So like he is who I associate with this. Like. And then we were like, well, this is a fun tangent. Let's talk about this. So
yeah, so we're going to talk about Tantra today, like specifically tantric sex and tantric massage.
Yeah.
And like tantric yoga.
Yeah.
And how it's portrayed in our culture.
Yeah, in Western culture.
And it, spoiler alert, it's extremely wrong. But it's fucked up because it's like this association we have with it being like all about sex and just this sexual thing.
Yeah.
And I think we are gonna go ahead and blame Sting for that off the bat. You know?
Yeah. Oh, and I feel like we have some hard evidence.
This is not a hot take.
In front of a judge. No,
not a hot take. This is like I think
and we got receipts.
This is a it's a take that it's not even a take. It is a
fact.
It's a case. We have a case against Sting.
What is his real fucking name? Case. It's Gordon Sumner. You don't know that? It's so fucking British, dude.
Dude, that's not even. I feel like that's an American ass name.
Gordon is a British name. Sumner.
Yeah.
It's
Gordon Sumner.
It's basically William Shakespeare. But it's Gordon Sumner.
Okay, fair. That is true. Okay.
Also, ask me why I've known that since I was like 8.
Why?
I've known.
How
I don't know.
Did you know that?
I don't know. But someone told it to me at some point, and I think he was the first celebrity where I found out he had a real name. Like I thought his name was just Sting. You know what I mean?
Did we talk about him in our celebrities that have the mono?
Oh, maybe.
What was it called?
No, because that was pseudonyms.
Pseudonyms. Oh,
he doesn't have that's just his stage name is Sting.
Yeah,
he doesn't have like.
Because there's Bono and there's Madonna.
But Bono's is like McFisto, and that's his alter ego.
Yeah, alter egos. That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
No, Sting. I think Sting's just Sting.
Gordon Matthew Thomas Sumner.
Okay, British. Yeah, for sure. 100%.
I feel like it's like, that's, to me, okay, that's like a Boston name. But like Matthew Thomas is like the Boston part.
I was just watching The Departed with Pete before we started recording. That's very funny that you bring that up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I agree, but there's a lot of people from the UK in Boston, like that originated. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
so
we'll get to Sting.
We'll get to Sting, but we got to lay a little groundwork about what Tantra is and is not. So you probably have heard of like. Also, I'm going to go ahead and hot take blaming our perception of Tantra and tantric sex on American Pie. I think in it, what's his name? The like nerdy guy who has sex with Stifler's mom.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know who you're talking. Yeah.
Yeah. That was like a whole like thing of him having tantric sex or whatever.
Squee?
PJ? Squee? I don't know. So anyway, okay. So Tantra is a broad and mystical South Asian philosophy rooted in Buddhism, Hinduism, and Jainism that incorporates rituals, including sexual rituals, yoga, and deities, and is based on ancient Sanskrit texts. So this is like ancient.
It is real.
It's real.
A real concept and practice, and
it's like I would liken it to how Kabbalism is like how that is like a real ancient offshoot of Judaism. Yeah. And is like a more spiritual practice, but it's very deep and beyond what has been, kind of broken down into bite-sized pieces for a Western audience, Western people who have like celebrities specifically who have taken it and made it like popular.
Yeah. It's like Christianity and Hillsong.
Exactly. So we're going to contrast Tantra, like the traditional capital T Tantra, with Neotantra, which is most popularly taught in the West, but commonly referred to mistakenly as Tantra. Yeah. Neotantra is what I think a lot of people are thinking of when they think of Tantra. Yeah. We don't even, as Western people, don't even know what Tantra actually encompasses because it is so deep and broad and nuanced.
And dependent on what the context is that you're referring to it. Like if you're looking at like a Buddhist like version of Tantra, that's its own thing. Mm-hmm. If you're looking at a Jainist version, that's its own. So it's like not even like the way that it is in different areas, then it's its own thing. So yeah, it's so broad. Yeah, like you said, it's just a kind of a catch-all for things that are maybe a little bit similar, but like it can be completely different. So
and again, it's a philosophy. It's not like a like specific thing. It has a lot of like offshoots and ways of thinking about it. So
a philosophy, but then there's a practice too.
Sure. Yes.
Like within.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a whole way of being or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Neotantra was probably most famously referred to by Sting, who we will talk about later, and Osho, aka Guru Bhagwan Sri Rajneeshi, aka the cult leader from Wild Wild Country. And those
haven't heard of that person for a long time.
I know. Rajneeshi.
Haven't heard of Sting for a long time.
Honestly, we're going to not talk so much. We've already talked about the Rajneeshis. Yeah. But we haven't talked so much about Sting, so we'll talk about him. Yeah. Well, these two dudes probably thought they were doing Tantra with a capital T, but they sure weren't. They were more than likely doing Neotantra.
Oh my gosh.
And what is Neotantra?
Oh my God. Listen, okay, you're not going to believe this, but white people have completely taken over the concept of Tantra as it relates to massage. So not only were they like, this is an interesting concept, they're like, let's apply it specifically to massage. It's like, we're going to brand this massage Tantra, and then people will be very interested in it. And it's like, they're right, but also this is very wrong.
Yep.
Okay, so Tantra massage. It is not an old South Asian practice. In fact, you might as well call it a late 70s German rub down, because that's when and where it was invented. You know what I mean? It's like, what's this Tantra? Call it what it is. It's a Fritz down, and that's because a man named Fritz in Germany rubs you down.
They're like, oh, the Swedish have their massage. Why can't we have something?
But then they didn't even do it. It's not even their own ideas. They took other ideas.
They're like, we want to just punch the back, but I'm like doing a weird fucking accent. I don't know.
Punch the back.
But they're like,
what happens if we punch your back?
We can't just like punch somebody. We have to actually, do something relaxing. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, they just really needed to brand it. So
yeah. But it wasn't even, okay, this is like the other thing. So according to the Tantric Massage Association Berlin, Tantra massage is based on a bunch of ideas taken from a bunch of different places. So it's not even, they weren't even like, hey, let's look specifically to like Hinduism or whatever and like take their ideas. It's like they went to the works and ideas of Wilhelm Reich, who's Austrian, Carl Jung, Swiss, Carl Rogers, American, and Alexander Lowen, also American. So,
Carl Jung,
Carl Jung,
like,
yeah.
Carl Jung, the
philosopher?
The psychologist.
Oh, okay. Yeah, him.
Okay.
Yeah.
William Reich sounds not Wilhelm. He sounds.
It's probably Wilhelm.
Wilhelm Reich.
Yeah.
Sounds. Ugh.
Yeah. It sounds harsh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would also like to say, like, not only does he give me the ick, but all these men give me the ick. In fact, like, if you tell me any, like, practice, even if it has a slight medical tone to it, is, like, sexual and for the benefit of women, but, like, all men invented it, wrong. Yeah, immediately gross. Get rid. None of this is real. This is fucking bullshit. And
my God,
like
100%.
Know this, like they're fucking masturbating women with massage or whatever. It's like, and they're like, it's for it's like giving Kellogg.
Yeah. Okay. It's giving Kellogg. Also, in that same vein, I downloaded this app to like read books like at like lightning speed, like it like breaks it down into like bite-sized pieces. I'm not going to say which app because like we're not sponsored by them. But,
okay. Ooh, good.
I read the 4 hour body or whatever by that stupid fucking guy. What's his name?
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's like a thing. It's like a whole thing that like
the 4 hour body, like an exercise thing.
Yeah, well, it's like you're hacking your body to like be as efficient as possible. Tim Ferriss. Okay.
This sounds fake.
This is like very much like a like Silicon Valley like thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did the like the 4-minute read of his dumbass 4 hour body book. Yeah. And it was like talking about like how to have sex with women, and it was just like I started reading it and it was just so fucking wrong, and I was like, dude, this like if you like,
did Ben Shapiro write this?
Truly. I
make sure she's dry or whatever. It's like
you want to go in dry as a bone. It's like the most embarrassing thing ever. I was like, oh no. People are taking advice from this man. This is a national bestseller, and it was so upsetting. I like didn't realize like how like this book is like 15 years old or something, but still it was just like I was like talking to DJ about it. He's like, oh yeah, everybody like clowned so hard on that book when it came out. So I don't know. But it's just like, yeah, anybody like saying like, this is how you have sex with a woman. This is how it's like, and it's like a man. It's like,
yeah, I'm going to beg to differ. Yeah,
I'm going to
politely disagree.
Yeah.
Also, it's just like, yeah, it just reeks of like, ick. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so much ick.
Okay, so there were a few other sources of inspiration because there's just like a billion. They just like took so many things and then put a label on it where they're like, maybe no one knows actually what this means and we can use it. But it's like, no, it's already a thing. Mm-hmm. But some of the other inspirations included the work of Mantak Chia, who's a Taoist master. Mm-hmm. So that's good, at least. It's getting closer. Mm-hmm. Joseph Kramer, an American sexologist, also getting closer. Mm-hmm. And Annie Sprinkle, American sexologist. We got a woman. She's a sexologist. Great. Okay, even closer. So at least they tried to bring in a few vibes.
Yeah.
But I don't know who's to say. But by all accounts, the person who, quote unquote, gets the credit for putting all of this inspiration from these weirdos into a sexual massage soup is Andro Andreas. I don't know. It's just like a ton of ingredients that create this sexual massage soup. Yeah. But his name is Andro Andreas Rothy, and he was the founder of Diamond Lotus Tantra Lounge, which was the first Tantra institute in Germany. Of course, because it's a Neotantra institute, I would imagine, and like, of course, it's the first because you made up what you're doing.
Yeah.
There's not a ton about him on Wikipedia, but he did develop this in the late 70s, early 80s, and white men have been creepy about getting massages ever since. So thank you to this man. I mean, Danke.
Danke schön. Andro, danke schön.
Okay. We should also say Tantra massage is erotic massage. We've kind of hinted at it. It incorporates elements from the Neotantric movement in the Western world. It focuses on the primary erogenous zones of the body, which are the mouth, the phallus, that's a penis, the vagina, and the anus. I hope the mouth's first.
Yeah, you don't want to go. You don't want to go.
But you know what? I don't think it is. Because if you think about when you get a massage, the neck, head, and scalp's always last.
Yeah. You don't want to go ATM.
And I've never gotten one, but it's not looking good based on the massages I've gotten. The order of things is backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. And like leave it to like a German dude to make everything so like orderly and like, you know, like
yeah.
Even sex is like rigid and structured. It's like,
yeah.
Okay.
Here, first the mouth fucking with my hand or whatever, and then it's like, you know, yeah. And then it's like, are you pleasantly aroused? Now we will move on to the vagina or whatever. And it's just like medicinal, which I guess is like a little bit comforting. Like, I guess, but it's also like if you need some attention in those areas, or like if you're having a dysfunctional, you know, issue or whatever, go talk to your doctor. Mm-hmm. Talk to them about things you can do for yourself, because I'm assuming, you know, you could do it.
Well, in this day and age, back then, maybe not so much.
Yeah, maybe not. But they've always had machines for that shit since the 70s.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, my God. Well, it is illegal in the United States.
Mm-hmm. And that's erotic massage.
Erotic massage is because there is an exchange of money for sexual, like basically like genital rubbing or like, but it was, you know, it's considered a sexual act, and that would be a sex work here. So yeah, like if you can't pay for attention to your genitals in the United States.
Pay for attention to your genitals.
You can't buy attention.
Money can't buy you ass. Sorry. Money can't buy you ass. Is that not the lyrics? Okay.
Wait, did I tell you I went and saw?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I went and saw a show that was a Housewives musical. It was very funny.
I'm jealous.
All right. Okay, so Tantric yoga is still, and again, it's like Neotantric, because there are practices that are similar in some of the religions we talked about earlier, but like the goal is different, essentially, like for Tantra versus like Neotantra practices. So like if you're bummed because you can't get a tantric massage from a masseuse in the US, you can maybe DIY with tantric yoga, sort of. Okay, so tantric yoga has roots in both Hinduism and Buddhism and is generally considered like, or it's generally centered, like the concept around the quote unquote retention of fluids. So it's like staving off the O, edging. You know,
it's like you're contorting your body and like doing sex, basically.
Yeah.
Sexual things.
Yeah.
But you're like, you're edging, like you're saying. Like,
yeah.
You're doing
you're
all
like
these.
Concentrating so hard or whatever on like not coming.
Yeah. And it's like making it's like supposed to bring you to a enlightened state.
Yes. Yeah. And I think in the idea of Tantra, like the traditional ideas, it's not about like, it's about enlightenment and and like transcendence.
Yeah.
And in how we understand it in like Neotantra, it's like for ultimate pleasure. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not the same goal.
Yeah.
But look, throughout history, there have been some very wild practices around this idea within like traditional Tantra, like in Hinduism and Buddhism. And those practices range from offering your fluids to the gods. So like when you do come, it's a sacrifice, and to eating it. So like not wasting it. So like if you come, you have to eat it.
Yeah.
And that's wow. And that was things people were doing in like 4 CE.
Yeah. For the year 4, basically.
The year 4. People,
of the common era. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is some of the stuff that people were doing, and it was evolving, you know. It was like, okay, well now we think, we have to wait as long as we can, and that you can't come because then the gods will be angry at us or whatever, you know, and then, but unless you eat it or whatever, like it's so
and of course, like this can never translate to the Western sensibility in the same way that it does in, you know, in Hinduism or Buddhism or whatever, you know, Eastern practice. Because in Western culture, it's so, and especially about how we think about our bodies and sex and, you know, everything else. Yeah. It's so, I don't know.
The way we think about it, again, is like so disjointed from our actual bodies and like a sense of consciousness. But that's like what it is in other, like the idea of Tantra in like Hinduism and Buddhism is like, it is connected. It's one tenet of like enlightenment. You know what I mean? Whereas like I feel like the Western world looks at Neotantra, anything, and singles it out. It's like, that's my religion or whatever.
Yeah,
or it's like, that's my thing. And it's like, well, wait, no, this is like literally one piece of a huge puzzle.
Yeah.
But like we've just taken it and we're like, we like fucking, and then
exactly. Yeah.
Oh my God. It's very funny. And like, okay, also it's like I'm not super interested in what people were doing with Tantra like in 4CE or in the year 4. I mean, I kind of am, but not for today. What I'm interested in is why I'm personally here this evening, and that is, how did Sting become the face of Tantric yoga? Is he still the face? who knows? He is in my heart.
Yeah,
and probably in your heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because it just like was a time where we were coming online in terms of our like sentient brains and like understanding the world. We were 10 years old when this was happening. And I knew enough, like, I knew enough to know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
And then I think I really came into consciousness the next few years while it was still a big thing because it did not go away for a long ass time.
This was like a meme before. Okay, like memes have existed for like millennia, but like memes in like the sense of how we think of them now. Yeah. This was like when you think about Sting, you would think about tantric sex. Like period.
Yes. Okay. And that's all you think about. Okay, so the year was 1993. Sting had just released 10 Summoner's Tales, had Fields of Gold, Shape of My Heart on it. If you know, you know. And he did an interview with Bob Geldof for the magazine Q. Probably doesn't exist anymore. And look, okay, I was really trying to confirm this. Like, people had quotes on like really shitty websites like of what he said, and I like typed that into Google and was trying to search it. I couldn't figure it out. Then I found fucking the article, like scanned pages of this article so I can verify what Sting said exactly about tantric yoga as it relates to his sex life, and I found it. So do you want to play the part of Bob Geldof, who's Irish, or do you want to play Sting, who's British?
I will play Sting.
Okay.
Can you do an Irish accent?
Nope. Okay. Also,
I get it.
Okay. I'll also read.
I can't. I really can't.
I know, we're gonna find out. Okay, so this is their interview, word for word, exactly what was said, all around sex. It's part of like a 7 or 8 page article. It's fucking huge, but this is just like a couple paragraphs. And I'll also read Q, which are the questions the reporter was asking. If it comes to that. Okay. What about the yoga thing? You're into that? Does it work?
It can take you to higher levels, yeah. I've started to use it in sex now, where you don't spill your seed, you don't come, you retain it all and go on for longer. You stay erect and your stomach goes as near to the spine as you can make it, while still allowing you to breathe, and you never lose control. You just keep going.
Okay, pause, because that is so upsetting. The stomach spine
he's just sucking in his stomach.
Like, what's his wife Trudie Styler doing in that moment? Just Trudie, she's a vessel. Like, I hate it. It's so
like he's like
selfish.
Like sucking it.
Look at this.
I'm not coming. I am not coming. I shan't come. Sting.
I shan't come. He's like, a dream of rain.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Where's the fucking fun in that? Why don't you just come? I like to come as quickly as possible. 10 seconds is about my max.
But that's just leg over.
What's wrong with leg over?
Why not have a wank? In yoga, sex is a spiritual focus of energy.
Here we go. He's in it. He's getting into it. He's bringing it up. He's name dropping. Mm-hmm. Okay, so then the magazine Q asks, so how does sex end?
It ends when you choose it to. If you've gone on for 4 or 5 hours, you don't really want to come.
Lie. That's a lie. Why are you doing it?
It's like, sir, please, God, please stop fucking.
Oh my God.
Please stop.
Please stop. Oh my God. Okay. Jesus,
I don't want to do anything for 5 hours. I literally don't want to do anything for that much time.
I don't want to look at your fucking face for 5 hours. You know what I mean?
It's like red and like.
Also,
sunken in from being dehydrated.
I was just gonna say, like, you haven't hydrated, you've been sweating, and what if you like either you haven't had to pee because you're super dehydrated, or you've like what? I don't understand. I hate it. Okay. Okay, then Bob Geldof says, Jesus, I would. You'd be bursting. Is it like putting Coke on your dog? Have you ever done that? You're in this kind of preepic state, wandering around with this big thing that won't go away. So you just fuck for hours? It's a bit boring for the boiler, isn't it? Does she not come either?
That's not the point. We tend to think that the whole point of sex is about coming and ejaculating. I'm not sure that's a good attitude.
But isn't that just like putting it off? The old cricket score vibe where you're trying to think of something really boring to stop yourself from coming? Isn't that what you're talking about? Just a refined version of that?
Maybe I'm just kidding myself, but I do enjoy sex a lot more now, and I've always loved it.
I noticed that.
It's a lot more fun now. It's more adventurous.
I'd get bored stupid.
I don't. I think it's a constant source of imaginative play. Oh, all right. Of course I come. But I try to put it off as long as possible.
Oh my God. It's so upsetting.
Oh my God. Sting, please.
A sting, please.
Get your stinger out of here.
Fucking, it's like, bitch, please. Sting, please. I hate it. Yeah. Also, to sum it up, in case we cut our reenactment or you've skipped through it because it was so upsetting. Okay, in yoga, sex is a spiritual practice. It ends when you choose it to. If you've gone on for 4 or 5 hours, you don't really want to come. That's what he said. And that's when 2 things happened. 1, Sting single-handedly made the mainstream Western world aware of yoga as training for fucking instead of yoga as a spiritual practice. And 2, he also made Earth's entire female population roll their eyes in unison.
Did you just roll your eyes? Because I did.
There, I did.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Oh, God.
And I just when... It was just like this thing. So he did this interview and everybody was talking about it. It was like, Sting
he wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Hours.
No, it was just like, Sting fucks.
And it's like, oh, man.
For hours.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you look at him and you go, I think my mom was all about it. I think this really titillated her. And I
think a lot of ladies were titillated by this.
I think a lot of ladies were titillated by this.
They were like, good for Trudie. Good for Trudie.
Oh, that's good for Trudie.
Good for Trudie. She got a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity.
Oh my God. Yeah, he was talking about it on like every late night appearance, every interview, because he had, I mentioned earlier, he had just had an album come out. So he was like on a promotional fucking whirlwind tour. This was global, by the way. This wasn't just in the US. Like, this was global news. And I remember some kind of like VH1 Casas or something. Like, it wasn't MTV Cribs.
VH1 Casas. Is that a real thing?
No. It was like some like older, flowier version of MTV Cribs. It was like all the soft rock people. It's like, come see.
Was it like an Architectural Digest thing or something?
No, I don't even know what it was. But I remember seeing like, it could have even been like a 60 Minutes or something on Sting. Within this time frame, whatever it was like we got a tour of his like Tudor mansion, his Tudor style mansion in fucking the countryside of England, and like they were talking a little bit about this. And I remember them asking his wife, it was like a sit down interview, maybe it was like Barbara Walters or Oprah or something, but they talked to Trudie about this.
Oh, like, yes, I totally remember.
Yes, and they were like, she went on some of the interviews and stuff, but I just remember like her confirming it, like, you guys fuck for hours? And she was like, yeah.
Like, does everyone not fuck for hours?
So wild. Yeah. She was practicing it too. So they were both like doing this edging thing. Turns out it's just like a kink or whatever. Like, we don't need to we don't need to put a label on it that's not ours.
Yeah. Also, this is not. Ugh.
Yeah. It's gross. I hate it. Okay. So eventually the hullabaloo died down until he released that Desert Rose single in 1999. And it was everywhere. Oh we sang it in the beginning. I dream of rain.
I watched the music video or like half of it before we got on our.
It's so bad. Well, okay.
It's literally him just driving through the desert in a fucking car. Like,
dude, it's not a good video. That's the video of the time.
He's not even driving. He has a hot lady driving him. Yeah. It's so weird.
That's the video of the time. Remember? Yeah. Like, I feel like people driving through the desert or standing in the desert.
A road on the way to Vegas that just like
Zizix,
probably.
Yeah.
That was just like used by all the movie like production companies, all of the music video production. Like, it was, here's the road, you guys film on it. It's a closed road. It's only for fucking filming.
Yeah, it's like, only for music videos and movies.
It's only for filming in the middle of the desert, like literally. So in like from the 90s until today, probably it's the same road.
It's the most 1999 music video. And he has like a camcorder.
It's like a flip camcorder. Yeah.
He's like selfieing, but before that was a thing. And then we're watching some of the footage he's capturing, which is just like, it's just like dizzying, like side of the road.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. It's really bad. But people could not get enough of that song. And this was like 7 years after. I mean, listen, Erin's even humming it right now.
It's in my head.
It's in her head. Because, well, there's a reason, I think. But 7 years later, people can't get enough. He tantric fucked our brains is what happened. Because like, he was edging us for 7 years. And then he came in with a banger. And he was like, Desert Rose, bitch. And they gave him a fucking Grammy for that music garbage.
True garbage. Oh, my God.
It blows my mind. Also, it has 365 million views on YouTube, which I don't understand. I just
contributed to it. I'm sorry.
Me too. Yeah, no, I did too. But, oh my God. It was, I mean, you remember that song, like, being everywhere, right? Like, it was on every commercial.
It was on every commercial. It was on our music.
Yeah, every CD.
In every retail job I've ever had. Like...
Along with that Seal's oh no, we're never gonna survive.
That's on Devil Wears Prada. Yeah.
Unless we get a little crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like it's of that vibe.
Yeah.
Same vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like 2002. Yeah. We're coming out of the late 90s. Everybody is, you know, back. We're back, baby. America.
Yeah. Oh my God. And it was, and honestly, it was, this myth has survived. It was eventually like squashed, right?
Or I kind of
adjusted.
So in 2014, he was on an episode of Inside the Actors Studio. And
R.I.P. James Lipton.
I know. That was such a great show.
Yeah.
And he clarified that he didn't actually have 7-hour sex sessions, but
because well, that's like the tall tale of it, right? Because it was like he said 4 to 5 hours in that interview, and then it kept growing to 6, 7. And
it was this whole thing of the narrative that he just like never corrected, and it was, of course, he like said something like, you know, in that interview with Bob Geldof, where it was just kind of like, wait, what are you saying? And then it just like spun up into this like crazy thing. Yeah. And he never corrected it. He never said, oh no, that's not what I meant. Like, he just like let it go. Yeah. And of course he did, because it was in the middle of him releasing a new album. And so of course he wanted the publicity. He wanted everybody to be talking about him. He wanted all these articles to be written about him. So yes, he was playing the game, and honestly, good for him. So
good for him.
He corrected this myth that he was like fucking on his wife for 7 hours straight. Which I'm sorry. Nobody fucking wants that. Nobody wants it. It's insane. Your pussy would be worn the fuck out. Dude. You would, like, the tubs of lube that you would need.
You'd have to be fucking in a tub of lube. Like you'd have to be submerged, both humans in
a kiddie pool of lube. And
yeah.
Even then, it's just like, is this even fun anymore? No. You know?
No.
So, like, and I understand if you're, like, in a new relationship and you're like, I get it. Like, you really can't keep your hands off each other. Like, like, you fall asleep and you wake up and you bone again. And you fall asleep and you wake up and you bone again. Sure.
Oh, my God.
Like, that's fine. That's for young people, though. We're, like, Sting was, like, well into his 40s when this was, like, a thing. And I'm sorry, sir, but nobody has the time.
No.
You're an international pop star. Like, you need to be, like, out here selling albums, okay? You can't just be locked in your fucking house with Trudie fucking on her for 7 hours straight, okay? That's an entire day, sir. So he clarified his statement about the tantric sex, and he was like, oh, 7 hours really includes dinner and a movie, doesn't it? And everybody was like, ha 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 ha. So he can't. This man is a lying liar, and he's not having sex for that many hours straight.
Oh my God.
I mean, even 2 hours is too long, okay?
An hour is too long. What are we doing? An hour?
An hour. Okay, like foreplay and stuff. Like, I don't know. That's still, it's too long. It's
a fucking hour, 60 minutes.
I don't have time. I want to go to bed.
That's just not something I want to be doing that long. I'm not edging. I don't want to stave off the fun time. Like, let's, like, we'll have fun, but let's work towards a goal.
Yeah.
And
efficiency.
And also, I'm tired and I also want to go to sleep. Because honestly, the after part sometimes where you're like, ooh, now I can go to bed. And I feel great.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
And now I'm going to and now I feel so nice and I get to like have the best sleep.
Yeah.
Great. But if I had to work for that for like 5 hours.
That's work. Pay me. I'm not trying to clock in for this session, okay? This is work.
Oh my God. It's like a punishment at that point. It's like fucking someone making you go to the gym for 5 hours or something. It's like, gross. I don't even want to go for 20 minutes. The gym, no.
Dude, to clarify, we love doing sex, but this is too much. This is too much.
I love doing sex. I'm like 20 to 30 minutes is great for me, including all the stuff. I don't like, that's more than enough, because you know what, we could do it in 5.
It's high interval, whatever training.
It's HIIT training.
It's HIIT training.
High intensity interval training.
Yeah, high intensity interval training. Yeah, that's my jam. That is.
It's like 10 seconds of boobies or whatever.
Not even. Get it out of here. We don't need to do that. Don't touch. Let's go. Get it
5 seconds of making out. 5 seconds of ball jiggling. 5 seconds of like stroking. Yeah, slapping. Fucking.
Okay, good. Go.
I like that it's hit. And then it circles again. And then the circles get faster and faster until some of them aren't working anymore and you just focus on the one.
Yeah.
The end.
There
you go, Sting.
But Sting's over here.
Oh my God.
Anyway, well.
My God. What a fun, weird time.
I'm still crying. All the visuals from this, I will never leave my head. So I hope I can sleep tonight.
All the visuals from us talking about Sting fucking?
Yeah, Sting sucking in his stomach while he's like fucking try not to come. It's just too funny. Like, I think he's like tried it once And that's how he stopped himself from coming, but just by sucking in his stomach. And then he's like, I do tantric sex.
I do yoga.
I do like yoga when I fuck. And then he just like told Bob Geldof that to be cool.
Yeah.
Because Bob Geldof is and always will be cooler than Sting, you know?
Bob Geldof's like, that sounds really dumb. I like how honest Bob Geldof was.
Yeah, Bob Geldof's like, what the fuck? Like,
he's like, you're actively trying not to have sex when you're having sex? What's that about?
Yeah. Are you like pinching yourself to like keep your boner away? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think maybe it's a kink, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But then just call it what it is.
Then, yeah, just say that. Don't
say it's yoga.
Don't try to you know, like steal somebody else's culture.
Yeah.
And religion and like, be a culture vulture.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, Sting, calm down. Follow us on social media.
Put your stinger away.
Get that stinger out of here.
Yeah, social media at DTFU podcast.
Everywhere.
Go
to our website. It's dtfupodcast.com. Mm-hmm. Send us a note. If you have an idea for a topic that you'd like us to cover, please, by all means. Yeah. We'd love to know about it. If there's something we haven't talked about, I feel like we've talked about everything. So
I like these episodes though, where it's like oh yeah, we could talk a little bit, like we could make it into an idea, but like really we just wanted to talk about how weird it was that Sting was like a yoga sex god for like a time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so if you have something like that like you remember like a cultural thing that happened that you're like, this was weird, wasn't it? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, because the memory hole is deep and long, and we fall into it all the time. So we need to be reminded. Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool.
Thank you guys so much for listening, and stay excellent to yourselves
and each other.
Bye.